if the data science community was not, means if they didn't thought that there is more to solve, then transformer not might have come into picture. Now ChatGPT came into picture, right? Is one of the application, I would say. Now use this to shift the gear to the next level. Make use of this and build something on top of it, which can bring the changes to this community. Currently, I work as a principal data scientist at NASDAQ. NASDAQ is one of the main trading company in the USA. In past, I had worked various Fortune 50 companies like Eli Lilly and Lowe's. So I have 13 years of experience in the field of data analytics and data science. Natural language processing, we call it as NLP, which is a part in the branch in the field of data science, right? So at very high level, it's a field which makes the computer to understand the text and spoken word the way human understand. So it is the research area specialized to handle the text data. There is, if you really see the industry, right? So, if you want to solve the business problems with using the data and using who are interested in the domain of computer science and mathematics, they can get into this field. So, there is no such qualification as such if you benchmark it, but any good degree and master degree will help you to understand this field more in depth, right? So so anybody who are interested to solve any problems which is with the help of data can get into this field. So I think if you are decided that you want to build a career in data science, then especially in the NLP, right? So NLP comes like next level. When you go in depth into the subject, then you focus your expertise into certain field, right? The way I focused myself into NLP, people might have interested in vision problems, right? Computer vision, NLP, predictive analytics. So there are reinforcement learning. So there are multiple field when you go in depth. But to start with, I think when you choose your career at second PUC, right? So when I was started, there was a specific combination called PCMS, right? So that means you are doing the computer, your science along with the stats background, right? So that so why it is important, right? When math and statistics are core for data science, right? A lot of the people are not aware of that. So if you make yourself strong enough in this area, along with the added knowledge of computer science, you can go far in this journey. So any degree, right? Any degree when you are starting the journey, a degree will give you the breadth of the technology, right? But if you want to do see the depth of the technology, then you have to recommend it to do the masters. So masters are more specialized in particular subject to see the depth of the technology, and it makes you stand out of the crowd, right? So and it opens you the bigger opportunities, and so I feel the doing the masters under the right university, under the right guides, makes sense, right? And whether you want to do it in abroad or India, it depends on you. Now we have very good institutions within India who are providing these data science courses, right? So IIT, a lot of the IITs are providing the online and offline courses. Yeah, so IIT Bombay, IIT Madras are providing, and most of the IITs, not specifically IIT Bombay, and all are their curriculums are very good. Pilani, PITS, we call it as PITS. So they are providing the good online educations, right? Then there are a lot of online courses you can do, like 6 month, 1 year courses, PG courses, right? Personally, I would recommend. It is my own choice, which where I see in this, right? So there are courses in the Coursera from the person called Andrew Ng, who is called the Google Brain. So he's the lead for Google Brain project. So he developed such a course in Coursera that everybody can understand and start their journey in data science, right? It is good to start, and it is good to have more degrees. And it is not about degree, right? It is about how what is your interest to learn the subject in depth. So degree, if you see like masters is not enough, then you can go with the PhD, research scholars. So nowadays a lot of the universities offering the scholarship to do the research. Companies are offering the scholarship to do the research because we have a short of man force in this area. Before maybe like 2010, right? So we had restrictions around data. So we had so much data that we could do something, right? So the machine learning models, the traditional machine learning models were capable to handle that data, and we didn't have that much real-time use cases back then. But when days goes, right, so our requirement grows, our way of seeing the data got changed, right? And we wanted to capture more and more information in the data, which traditional machine learning models failed to handle that. So now then the concept called deep learning came into picture, right? So so it's all inspired by human neurons. So we call each memory node as it's inspired by human brain neurons, right? So if you want to handle more and more data in real time, you need this kind of architecture where you are not only reading the data, but you are also memorizing what is happened in the past, right? So if you want to put more intelligence around the system, you need different architecture. That's when the deep learning came into picture. So deep learning is, I can say, like it is architecture altogether, but the flavors we add on top of it using deep learning, right? Like transformers, right? And your vision algorithms. So they are the base are deep learning, but I would say there are more complex architecture on top of it, which makes making we are using in our day to day work, right? So all of them are inspired by deep learning. So the Chat GPT is one of the application out of the GPT model, right? GPT-3, and last weekend GPT-4 is released, right? So Chat GPT is the application out of these kind of generative models. I would say this is the positive sign for all of our data science community, because now you don't have to memorize the syntax or something that you want to need a solution. You don't have to keep searching on the internet how together to get the solution. This makes the life easy for us. Like we can concentrate ourselves to build the solution, right? Rather searching on the internet. But I would say use this as a beginning, right? Use this as a beginning to your problems. That don't say like I got the solution, stop thinking, right? So think beyond that, right? So if the data science community or scientists might have thought like machine learning is can solve everything, then deep learning would have not come into the picture. If when deep learning was solving a lot of the problem, right? If the data science community was not, means if they didn't thought that there is more to solve, then transformer not might have come into picture. Now chat GPT came into picture, right? Is one of the application, I would say. Now use this to shift the gear to the next level. Make use of this and build something on top of it, which can bring the changes to this community.